Good morning, students. This is Swapna. Today's our Java topic is Java has set. Java has set class is used to create the collection that uses a hash table for storage. So, whatever the elements we are adding to the hash set, it uses the hash table to store that elements. It inherits the abstract set class and implements the set interface. It inherits the abstract set class and implements the set interface. So, here the figure is given here. Has set, it is extending the abstract set class. So, has set and abstract set both are classes, and it is implementing the interface of set, which is internally extending the collection interface and iterable interface. So, important points related to this has set is it stores the element by using the mechanism called hashing. It uses the mechanism to store the elements called hashing. Hash set contains the unique elements only, and it allows null values. It allows the null values and it contains only the unique elements. And it is hash set class is non-synchronized, means multiple threads can access that hash set class, hash set collection. So hash set doesn't maintain the insertion order. Here the elements are inserted on the basis of their hash code. So it is using the hashing mechanism technique to store the elements. So it doesn't follow the insertion order. According to the hash code generated at that time by using the hashing function, according to that it will display and it will store that elements whatever you are trying to store into the collection of hash set class. Hash set is the best approach for searching operations. Default capacity of the hash set is 16 and the load factor is 0.75. Default capacity is 16. It can store 16 elements. It can store 16 elements by default if you are not specifying any capacity. And the load factor is 0.75. I said load factor is 0.75. What is meant by the load factor? Load factor means number of keys stored in that collection divided by the capacity. That we can call as a load factor. So by default capacity of the hash set is 16 and the load factor is 0.75. This is important points which are related to the hash set. And here I gave them an example. So before that, whatever the constructors we are using to create the hash set class, means to create that collection of hash set class, first constructor is hash set. It is used to construct the default hash set. Default hash set, here we are not specifying externally the capacity and load factor. So it creates the default hash set which is having the default capacity of 16 and load factor is 0.75. Next constructor is hash set initiate capacity. Here it is containing the one parameter, integer data type of parameter, that is capacity. It is used to initialize the capacity of the hash set to the given integer capacity, and this capacity grows automatically as the elements are added to that set. So next one is the hash set. Next constructor is hash set. It is having the two parameters, capacity as well as the load factor. According to these two parameters, it will create the hash set of that much capacity and load factor hash set. Next one is the hash set collection extends E. It is used to initialize the hash set by using the elements of the collection. So it is whatever the already some collection is there, some elements are there, it is used to store that elements as well as to extend that newly created hash set collection class. So this is about the hash set class. Now we are going to the example. So here in this example we are creating the hash class hash set with the name of a hash set and public static void main string and arguments we are already know about that, and creating hash set class with the name of set. Here collection name is set and data type of the elements which we are going to store in this collection is string data type. That's why we are specified within the angular brackets string. So angular brackets string specifies that one. We are going to store the elements of data type string into the, and what is the collection name here? We specified set, hash set, string, set, new hash set. Default constructor they are using. So what is the default capacity of the hash set? Now only we covered 16. And what is the load factor of default as it is 0.75. Here we are adding the 5 elements. Set add 1, set add 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here we are calling the predefined method add to add the elements to the collection. So to retrieve through the collection as well as to print that one, we are using the iterator type of interface and set in creating the object, and through that object here iterator type class object is iterator interface object is I, and I dot hash next means every time it travels through the collection, if the next element is present, it returns the true. While true is there, while true as a parameter, then it goes to the statement which is present in the while loop. Statement present in the while loop is a system dot out dot println I next. Here we are invoking the next predefined method that every time it checks the whatever the element is there within the collection, and that prints as the output. So whatever the elements till now is we try to store in the collection is 5 elements, 1 2 3 4 5, and I said before only, here it uses the hash function and it doesn't follow the insertion order. According to the hash value it stores the elements into the collection. That's why we are getting the random strings 5 1 4 2, next one is 3. So that we can getting as a output. This is about the hash set collection. Next we are going to read about the Java treeset class. So Java treeset class implements the set interface that uses the tree for storage. It inherits the abstract set class and implements the navigable set interface. Here in this slide we shown that figure also. Treeset is our class we want to create the collection with by using the treeset class. It is implementing the navigable set interface, that is implementing the remaining sets like sorted set, collection, iterable. These are all the internally extended interfaces. So treeset class is used to store the elements in ascending order. Important points related to the treeset class is here. Java treeset class contains the unique elements only, like hash set. Hash set also contains only the unique elements, and the treeset class doesn't allow the null value, and before only we said hash set allows that to store the null value. Here treeset doesn't allow the storing the null element, and treeset class access and retrieval the times very fast comparing with the hash set. And treeset class is non-synchronized. Non-synchronized means this is also allows the multiple threads to access the treeset at a time, and treeset class maintains the ascending order. We said in a hash set it is following that one. It doesn't follow the insertion order or any order. It just depends upon the hashing value. Here Java treeset class maintains the ascending order. So here this screen tells about the constructors of the Java treeset class. Treeset first constructor is treeset with the empty parameters. It is used to construct the empty treeset that will stored in that will be sorted in the ascending order according to the natural order of the treeset. It is sorted in the ascending order according to the natural order of the treeset. Second one is the collection extends the C. It is used to build the new treeset that contains the elements of the already collection. Already some existing collection is there. It contains that elements and use it to build the new treeset. Next one is the treeset comparator super comparator. It is used to construct an empty treeset that will be sorted according to the other things. So this is about the constructors of the Java treeset, and here we gave the example for this. First statement is as it is. We are importing the sub package. We are importing the package import java.util.asterisk. It is importing all the sub packages and predefined classes. Creating the class in this example. Creating the class is name is treeset1. Public static void main, where we are going to write the code and where the program execution actually starts. So within that main function only we are creating the new collection name with the AL. Treeset is the class name, and whatever the elements we are going to store in this collection is string data type. That's why angular brackets contains the string, and adding the 4 elements Ravi, Vijay, Ajay. So traversing the elements by using the iterator interface. Iterator is the interface to traverse the elements in in the particular order, and it reads that one ascending order. And whenever you are trying to read that one, we are going for the one for loop which is contains the parameter as a one predefined predefined method has next. Has next always checks for the next element. If the next element is present, then it will returns the true. It will returns the true. Then while loop will parameter become as a true, then it is going to the statement which is present in the while loop. The statement present in the while loop is system.out.println. It is going to print whatever the element is there in the collection by invoking the next predefined method. ITR next predefined method is by using the next method, by using the next method or by invoking the next method, it checks the element which is present in the collection and it takes that element and prints that one. So that is our output. So our output is Ajay, Ravi, Vijay, like that, because it doesn't allow the duplication of elements. It stores only one time that Ravi. Here we are trying to store that Ravi 2 times in that program, but it stores in only one time, and it gives the output in the ascending order. That's why first came the Ajay, after that Ravi, after that Vijay, alphabetical order, ascending order. So this is about the tree set class. This is about the tree set class. Next we are going to learn about the Java queue interface. Java queue interface orders the elements in FIFO concept. Orders the element in FIFO concept. What is the FIFO concept? FIFO is first in first out manner. So first element removed first, last element removed last. Which element is first entered into the collection, that element is removed first, and which element is entered last, that element is removed last. Queue interface declaration is like this. Q public interface Q E extend the collection of Q E. So these are the methods of the Java queue interface. Boolean add, it is used to insert the specified element into the queue and return the true upon success. If the element is already stored into this one, then it will returns success, or it will returns the true value. Next one is the Boolean offer object. It is used to insert the specified element into this queue. Next one is the object remove. It is used to retrieve and removes the head of this queue. Next, poll, object poll. It is used to retrieve and removes the head of this queue. Next one is the object element. It is used to retrieve but does not remove the head of this queue. So this is about the Java queue interface. Here we gave the example for this. In this example, we are creating the class with the test collection 12 and writing the code within the main function only. Priority queue is our class name, and whatever the elements we are going to store into this collection is string data type. That's why they are specified string in the Angular brackets. And whatever the collection name here we are going to create is Q, small letters, with the small letters Q. Q add Amit is, we are invoking the add method through the object of Q. That means it invokes that one and it adds that whatever the element acting as a parameter in this add method, that adds to the collection. So Amit, Vijay, Karan, Jay, Rahul, that we are elements we are going to store in the collection. Collection name is Q. So whatever now we are trying to print that one. System.out.println is head Q element. Here we are by using the Q element predefined method we are printing here. Next one is by using the Q pick also we are printing the head element only. System.out.println iterating the Q elements, remaining Q elements by using the iterator interface. Iterator interface is used to traverse the elements. So by using the iterator interface, by using the has next and next predefined methods, it is traversing that one and printing all the elements which are present in the queue. Next one is Q remove and Q poll. System is after removing the two elements, Q poll and Q remove are used to create used to remove the elements which is at the head end, which is at the next one. So here to traverse after that, after removing the two elements, we are once again we are using the iterator interface and creating the object. Through that object we are calling the predefined methods hash next and next method. So by using that one, we are traversing the remaining elements. So here in this screen only shown the output at the end of the screen. So first head element is Amit, and once again we are through the another type of method also head element is Amit, and reiterating the remaining Q elements is whatever the elements we are trying to store to the collection is Amit, Jay, Karan, Vijay, Rahul, that are all elements added to the queue that displayed as it is after removing the two elements by using the Q remove and Q poll. After removing the two elements, it removed the Amit which is at the head position. After that second By using that one, second element is also removed, J. Second element is also removed because we used the q dot remove and q dot pole. Q dot pole, it removes that one head element, and q remove whatever the next element present in that, that is also removed. After the removing of the two elements, collection will contains the three elements, Karan, Rahul, Vijay. Karan, Rahul, Vijay. So this is about the today's class. In this today's class, we covered that hash set, tree set, as well as the queue, interface. So we covered the three topics in this video. Thank you.